The Prime Minister of Thailand, Apisit Wechachua, says order has been restored to the capital Bangkok and throughout the country. Mr. Apisit said the government would move swiftly to restore normalcy following the violent and destructive end to the anti-government protest, which left more than 50 people dead. In a televised address, he said reconciliation efforts would continue to address the political divisions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have restored order in the capital of Bangkok and the provinces of Thailand. We have been able to do this with the cooperation of government officials, volunteers, and of course, the people of Thailand. We will continue to move swiftly to restore normalcy, and we recognize that as we move ahead, there are huge challenges ahead of us, particularly the challenge of overcoming the divisions that have occurred in this country. Let me reassure you that the government will meet those challenges and overcome these difficulties through the 5-point reconciliation plan that I had previously announced. That plan is based on the principle of participation, democracy, and justice. We will allow the due process of law to operate and use our parliamentary democracy to resolve the problems with the participation of all groups of people. At the same time, that plan will include an independent investigation of all the events that have taken place during the protests. So you can be assured that this government has every intention of moving the country forward, restore order, make sure that our recovery is well on track, and that we will do so in a transparent manner. Thank you very much.
Sita Wechachua addressing the nation in Thailand. Well, there was no specific mention of elections or a date. Our correspondent Chris Hogg said several conditions needed to be met before early elections could be held.
We've heard comments from his finance minister, who was speaking after taking part in an event in Tokyo. Now, he said that in his view, elections wouldn't be held until the passions of the last few weeks cool. He said that the country would need confidence that the elections would be free and fair. There needed to be some measure of calm. Now, he said that it would be possible that this may have been achieved by November, which was the date for elections that Prime Minister Apisit offered at first and then withdrew when the trouble continued. But he said it wasn't by any means guaranteed that by November that calm would have been restored here, and so the elections may have to be put off until a little later.
The protests cleared, protesters bussed home, and people have handed themselves in. Any official recognition, though, of the damage internationally all this has cost Thailand in the past few months?
Well, yes. I mean, again, from the foreign minister, he was expressing his confidence that Thailand would go back to growth, to economic growth. He's hoping for double-digit growth for the last quarter, but at the same time, he was acknowledging that the kind of pictures that you're looking at now of these very abnormal scenes on the streets of Bangkok, that this would, in his words, do disastrous damage to tourism, tourism that would probably last for, or damage that would last until the end of the year, he was saying.
Chris Hogg speaking to me from Thailand.